Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are live again every single Friday. This time, I love seeing the screen every time. It is a different format. Sometimes there's 2, there's 3. Now we've got 4, which is even better. So this is, I think, Dylan's second one with us. Is that right,
Second
Dylan?
one, yeah. Yeah, correct.
Beautiful, mate. Good time. You popped the cherry a few weeks ago, and now you are on your way to becoming a veteran. So welcome again, and welcome Angela and Nikita as well.
Hi, guys.
We've already got a few people watching us, which is awesome. So welcome to the people that are watching us right now. 4th of September, I think it is. And I know, just like most people, the countdown is on. Everyone's starting to count, and everyone's got their eyes peeled to see what happens in a couple of days when Daniel Andrews gets up on TV with his North Face jacket and tells us the direction of how we move forward in the northern direction after, the case numbers have dropped. I think funny, he's right now, he's speaking on TV and he's going to reveal the roadmap on Sunday. But from memory, there was under 100 cases again today. There were 60 or 70 cases. So I don't know if you guys checked it, but things are on the positive side, and things are improving, which is awesome. And we've got
my dog's just come in. Sorry. Out you go.
Right, you can quickly show the dog on the street.
Oh yeah, but then he won't want to leave. All right, come here, buddy. All right. Here he is. Oh dear.
Homeschooling for the dog too. Oh, there he is. Hello.
Aww.
There you go.
You got your kiss.
That is so funny. That is hilarious. Interesting times ahead. We've got a whole heap of properties launching as well at some point soon. And today we're going to cover off on a couple of things, I think. And it's been just off the back of a lot of the commonly asked questions right now, which is, is this a good time to sell? I mean, if I got paid $1 for every time I get asked that question, I wouldn't be in real estate.
Yeah.
The other question is, what should we do? What's the best way to approach the market? So we definitely want to talk about those things. And more importantly, we want to talk about the live inspection at Sunray Avenue last week, which I know in the last stream we talked about briefly of how we're going to do it, but now it's happened and I've actually got a video so that our viewers can see the sample of how it went. But we got so much media coverage from that.
Didn't we just?
Unbelievable.
We thought, what a simple idea, and we're surprised we didn't do it earlier, but everyone was on board. Viewers, media, other real estate agents, lots of owners, homeowners, sellers. It's great.
Unbelievable.
It was well received, and such a simple idea, and to put it in place, once you got behind the scenes all sorted, it was a no-brainer.
Yeah,
100%. It definitely was. And it was, like you said, such a simple idea, superb execution. The execution was just 10 out of 10, so no question around that. The vendors, we're so grateful to the vendors as well, because they did an excellent job walking through the home. Dylan and Angela, you both obviously, talked while the walkthrough was happening. There was a story on Channel 9 News about it. I know, most major media outlets got told about it as well. It was part of our Ray White emails that go out to all different offices as well. So yeah, lots of buzz, lots of excitement. And off the back of that, now we've got a whole heap of other inspections booked as well tomorrow. I think we're doing 6 or 7 properties, virtual tours, which some of them are being streamed on my Facebook as well, but most of them on YouTube. And we've got a lot of registrations for tomorrow as well, don't we, Nikita?
Yeah, we've got multiple buyers registered for each of our properties. I think we've got, is it 4 or 5 for live virtual inspections tomorrow? So it's not going to be no-shows, that's for sure. And it'll be interesting to see what the feedback is for that.
Absolutely, can't wait. I think it's going to be exciting. But I think going back a step, Nikita and Edge, Dylan and Edge, it'd be good to talk about what happened last week. How did you go? How was it? How many people tuned in and stuff? I've actually got a video as well, which I might sort of throw on so people get a bit of an idea of what I'm referring to. But do you want to walk us through how this came about first, and then how you executed it?
Yeah, for sure. So we did see someone else do something very similar, but on a different platform. And the platform, I guess, didn't suit what we wanted to do. So we thought basically the platform that we're streaming on now, Streamyard, we thought was the best way to go, and then create a YouTube link. So anyone who inquired simply got the YouTube link, and they knew the day, the time, and all they had to do was click the button. Our main focus was trying to make it as easy as possible for both our vendors and our buyers to click one button and join us on the live stream. So as we went through, and we gave the owners lots of direction and instruction, so they had a clear idea of what we're trying to achieve. Their filming was just so efficient, so streamlined. It was a very
spot on.
Yeah, it was a very raw production. I mean, it was only filmed by an iPhone, and we told viewers that, you know, they certainly weren't expecting a professional wide-angle camera lens, but this is the best that we could offer given the current situation. And it was so well received. You know, lots of good comments coming throughout the feed. We had some questions. We opened it up for any questions along the way. We were happy to go revisit rooms, and yeah, lots of good comments throughout the feed, after the feed. And the biggest, of course, the outcome we were trying to achieve was create inspections post the video and post lockdown. And as a result of a 26-minute video, we had almost 30 viewers watch us during that time. And off the back of that, we're now up to 9 or 10 inspections as soon as lockdown is over. And that's brilliant. It's a brilliant outcome.
No, it's absolutely incredible. Well done to both of you. And also, what I thoroughly enjoyed the most was the whole audio-visual experience, because as the owners were walking through the home, I almost felt like I was viewing the property through the owner's set of eyes. So you don't get to see, as a buyer, you don't get to experience that where you feel like you're walking through the property as if you are the owner of the home. And then in the background, yourself and Dylan, there was a lot of commentary, and there were some funny jokes as well. I mean, you know, let's do a walk and rope party and a whole heap of things going on. And there was some good engagement. There was a few people commenting on it. And since then, I believe that it's had 112 people actually tune in and watch since we did the actual walkthrough as well. So absolutely incredible result.
Yeah, I mean, you think, you know, they're not massive numbers compared to some other videos you see in the thousands, but again, it was a raw production. It was filmed for the locals, the buyers who were interested, and anyone else wishing to do a similar sort of production. And just the outcome, you know, we weren't expecting to sell it off the back of this. That would have been just the icing on top. But it was just getting the attention, more people drawn into the property, seeing it from another perspective, adding a different layer on top, and securing 9 private inspections straight away was just brilliant.
Powerful stuff. Absolutely powerful stuff. And for the first week, which when we think Matt, Daniel Andrews is going to reopen things, I think we've got just under 40 private inspections already booked in across our properties. So there's certainly so much buzz. What'd you say, Nikita?
The numbers are growing every day for our private inspections.
Numbers are growing every day. While the COVID numbers are declining, the private number inspection numbers are growing, which is the outcome we want to see. And we've got a whole heap of new properties entering the market as well. I mean, we've got 6 or 7 homes due to launch, in all different pockets of Cheltenham. We've got 4-bedroom, 3-bedroom family homes, majority of them family homes, a couple of units. Townhouses. We've got a really mixed variety of properties about to enter the market, which is absolutely unbelievable. So I'm really excited to see what that does. With regards to the inspections tomorrow, as well as Nikita mentioned, we've got a few people already booked in. I guess I'm curious to know, because what's the conversation you've been having with these buyers, Nikita? What's the general feel when they read the title "Virtual Inspection Happening Tomorrow"? How are they responding to it? Are they calling you to book themselves in? Are they calling you to say, "Hey, can we have a copy of the link?" Or
yeah, well, I mean, I guess it's a little bit different for each buyer. Anybody that inquires on the property, obviously, we're making contact with them and letting them know that if for that property that they inquire on, there is a live virtual inspection available. And pretty much every single buyer that I've spoken to personally has said, yes, I'd love to join in. Please send me the link. And the feedback's been great from them. I guess it's better than just giving them a video to look over. It's a live tour. And I guess what's good is they can also comment. So say, for example, you're watching it live, you the owner walks past the laundry and, you know, you want to see how big the cupboard space is in the laundry or something, all you have to do is just pop a comment on there. We can voice over for the owner. He'll go back in and just show you whatever it is in depth that you're wanting to have a look at. And it also comes in handy for buyers that need to make a quick decision, because you could think about how many people have sold their homes and because of COVID, they're unable to inspect properties. If you're in a position where you need to buy something as soon as possible, you've got a proactive agent that you're working with. They're not just waiting to, you know, for the lockdowns to, you know, to be eased and then show people through. We're actually trying to do everything in our pocket that we can, to know, to actually 100%. Show people through these properties in every way.
And that's the conversation we've been having a lot lately, is every seller in this climate or any climate wants the unfair advantage. And this almost gives their property the unfair advantage. And I know Angela and I had this discussion yesterday where we were talking about it, and we said there's only 3 ways to beat everyone and every other property. One is to be the better property than any other home in the market, which is almost impossible. Second is to cheat, which we refuse to do. And the third one is to be the first. So let's be the first and not wait and move forward. And we've already seen some incredible results out of that. So so well done, team. Sorry, Dylan, what were you saying?
Yeah, I was going to say, in addition to what Nikita just said as well, I think what we wanted to do during this lockdown period is, you know, we're not sitting on our hands. We want to keep our clients' property at the buyer's top of mind. So we want to keep them interested throughout the whole lockdown. And then once restrictions do ease, even if it's to the private inspection stage, then we can capitalize on that interest and get the buyers through, and hopefully with the end result of being a premium result in the end for our clients.
Yeah, 100%. Couldn't agree more. And talking of premium results, one of the key roles in this is not only the agent, you know, being proactive and bringing buyers for the property and all the rest of it, but also the first piece of that is preparation, isn't it? Whatever, everything that goes into preparation. So we've got a few trial runs booked in with our vendors that we are doing a live stream with tomorrow. So again, once again, we're preparing for how this whole thing is. It's completely staged. We have this conversation with so many people. Auction days are the biggest showcase of how staged a good auction is, where everyone has a role. Everyone knows exactly who they're going to be speaking to, who they're going to be talking to, who they're going to be assisting, how they're going to be communicating with other team members and the auctioneer, all the rest of it. And same with presenting a home and getting it ready for sale. And one of those properties was 9 Garfield Street, which is due to go to market with us shortly. But we are preparing that property and helping them prepare the home so that we can, you know, get the photos done and launch the property online as soon as the lockdown's over. And I saw there were some really handy tips, and I've also heard Dylan and Angela mention similar conversations or similar things to a lot of clients. So one at a time, guys. But do you want to talk about what are those things that are worthwhile, you know, doing for a seller? What should they be doing in preparation to get the house ready for the market, spring market? One at a time, Nikita.
Go for it.
I'll go first then. So obviously being very limited to what we can do in terms of getting stylists in and staging, getting photographers in. Obviously we can't do that with the restrictions in place. But, you know, little things like decluttering as you go definitely helps present your property, or it makes it a lot easier when it comes to, you know, actually having to have it prepared for the market. Just decluttering throughout this space, you know, cleaning any marks off walls, little things like that. We actually had some photos done for a property prior to COVID restrictions, and, you know, the owners sent through, you know, the details just before the photos, and they said, you know, what should we do? Here's some photos of our house. What do you think? Is it ready? And, you know, we had a look at those photos, and there's just little things like being an agent, you need to be able to put on multiple different hats. So whether or not it's, you know, negotiating, you're looking over the photos, or so many different characters that you need to take on as an agent. But in particular, one of these properties, we just helped the owner. We said, look, there's too many frames on the walls. Let's take some off. Let's change the bed sheets to white to open up the space a bit more, and just making sure that the color palettes actually matched with all the furniture and the accessories throughout. So just being able to give those tips to your owners in a climate like this, where we're so restricted, to being able to do our work to the best of our ability is definitely an advantage for them.
Yeah, couldn't agree more. And I've got some images here as well of things you highlighted within. So we obviously have a WhatsApp group with our sellers, and there was things you highlighted of, there's too much going on in this walls. What was your thinking behind this? So talk us through when the seller sent this photo, and there's multiple images here of what, every single thing you sort of asked for. Let's start with the first shot. What did you do here?
So basically there, obviously, you can see the wall where the TV is. There's already enough stuff going on as it is. Taking personal family photos off is generally a good idea to do. So obviously we recommend to take those off and leave it white just to open up that wall and make it look a bit more spacious. That was the first photo.
Yep. And then let me see if I can pull the second photo. Oops.
So here, this is probably something really small, but, having dark colors in a bathroom that's already small can, it just makes it stand out too much in a way that you don't want to draw attention. It sort of closes off the room. So we went and replaced those with white towels.
Oh, sorry, you're referring to this image. Yep.
So we're swapping in between here. So yeah, the towels, just changing it to white, it just gives it a fresh feel. It's just like when you go into a house and there's cream walls, paint it white. Everyone loves white. It opens it up, it's fresh, and it gives them, if they want to add their own colours to it, let them do it. But little things like even towels, white or grey, just nothing too harsh. This is just something that stands out to me because the little details really do matter. But you've got the Sukin, I don't know if you guys know the Sukin brand, but you've got nice branded shampoo and conditioner there, and then the Cetaphil just really didn't match. So just said get rid of that. You can see here they've already got paintings on the walls. All of the colours throughout the girls' bedroom is quite light, and then you've got those dark teddy bears up in the corner, which actually stands out a lot more than it needs to and closes the room up a bit. So we've said get rid of them, just leave one or two little things up there that are light colours. And this was in reference to obviously the bedroom. So you can see here that throw on the white bed. It does look nice, but it is a bit harsh. So we said remove that. And also the photo frames on those two walls, they left because we want to keep some walls white just to keep it looking open and more spacious and not closed off. So said to get rid of those as well.
Beautiful. That's all there is. Good. Thank you very much. There's some good tips. And Angela, what are your sort of top 2 or 3 things you get sellers to do aside from, I know you do the exact same thing with all the sellers as you walk through the property, but is there anything else that is worthwhile talking about?
Yeah, I think, everything that Nikita spoke about, obviously just very little things that do catch the eye on the inside, and the same applies to outside as well. So just ensuring the gardens are always neat and tidy. These are the obvious things, and I'm probably pointing out things that people already know, but lawn's immaculate, the garden beds, little thing like even if you've got a garden bed, first impressions, freshen it up with some mulch, some fresh mulch. And depending on, your garden color scheme, you might go lighter or darker depending on what's going to be more attractive. But just freshening up what could currently just have some dirt or sand even, some fresh mulch, light or dark, will certainly make an impact. And I think also during this time, but back to what you said before, in being the first out of the gate once lockdown is over, there are so many other things that you can prepare. So why wait until lockdown to have a stylist come in through your home when you can potentially do a virtual styling quote as you are now? So if you've got a vacant
home,
everything
ready.
Exactly. Or whether you've got a home that's furnished like Nikita's, and our stylist can do a complete style or even a partial style, get them to quote. The quote is obviously important, so you know what you're budgeting for, but also the stylist can then lock in a date for you the first week out, and then put aside those pieces that they know that are going to be relevant for your home and not already plan them into someone else's home. So planning goes back to your planning, what you said before as well. So all these things you can do in advance. Why wait until Monday the 14th, hopefully, to get all this done? Have it set out so you don't have to waste your time with it. It's crossed off your list already.
100%. And like you said,
imagine how high the demand is going to be for people. Like, imagine how many people are going to be on the phones trying to make bookings on that Monday. Good luck trying to get through.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Everywhere there's going to be bookings, not just photographers and stylists, but literally everywhere, eyebrows and haircuts and
Haircut, Dylan.
nail people. Like everyone, I mean, my wife is obviously somehow very good at cutting hair, so we've got a clipper at home, and she's been Lizzie's barbershop. She's been helping me, just do the sort of homemade version of a fade, and it's so far so good. So touch wood, I may never need to go to a barber again. Exactly.
I wish we lived within 5 k's of each other, Kev. Unfortunately.
Yeah, you could walk over and get your fresh cut.
Yeah.
Do you have an overlap section, maybe?
No, unfortunately not. We live in completely different suburbs, so. Copping a big fine for a haircut just wouldn't be worth it. But I learned how to trim my beard and things like that from YouTube. So you can, YouTube's got some incredible stuff, especially with some little bit extra time you get in the evenings because there's no other social events happening. All my evenings are free, so you watch so much random stuff. And I've been watching so many different videos around just learning new things. I've been cooking a fair bit as well, which has been awesome. And how do you trim the beard? What else did I watch? I've been watching this channel called the Infographic Show, and they've got animated videos about a lot of current events of what would happen if there was a war broke out, or what would happen if, you were to sit in an ice box for longer than this much, or they're really good videos. So check out the Infographic Show, and I promise you, I'm not getting paid for giving them a plug. This is a channel that I genuinely just thoroughly enjoy every night. I'm on their channel, so definitely worth checking out. But coming back to the presentation of the house, I think you guys absolutely nailed it. Things like we always talk about, blinds, making sure they're nice and clean, they look, crisp. Front areas, first impression, street appeal. Painting things like your driveway and stuff. If they're really old and dated, spray it. Dark grey. Respray the roof. Is it worthwhile rendering the outside? Fresh coat of paint inside, not just for the visual effect, but also the fresh smell of paint just adds to the excitement of a buyer purchasing the property. Changing all the light globes, make sure all the lights are working as well. Nothing worse than walking into a house and there's I don't know about other people, but there's 3 lights working and one's not. It just drives me nuts. And you sort of think such a small thing. Let's fix that before we go to market. It's a big asset we're showcasing, to someone that's about to buy something. Professional window cleaning, always an absolutely excellent idea. Highlighting feature walls, declutter. Sorry, Dylan.
I think what the easiest thing for sellers to do during this time is spend an hour or two, get a notepad and a pen, start from your front gate and just walk every corner, every path of the house. So walk into the hallway, right, the lights need replacing, write that on the list, and just make your way room by room, corner by corner, and just have a look at the walls, right? If there's a little dent in the wall, right, dent in the wall, lounge room. And so when you've finished and you've got a list, hopefully not that long, but if you do have a list, then right, sit down at the dining table and say, right, we need to get the windows clean. Do we want to clean it ourselves, or do we want to get a professional window cleaner in? Right, we'll get a professional window cleaner in. And at least that way you've already created a plan and you've already used the lockdown time wisely. So when restrictions do ease, touch wood that they do, you can, hit the ground running essentially, and you can start booking in these professionals, tradesmen that you need, and you can get in to the spring market with your house looking 110%.
Yeah, absolutely. And even walking through an iPhone camera. I mean, notebook, great, but just walk through the camera. I feel like there is something about seeing things through the eyes of a camera that just highlights anything that's not quite right. You could be in a room and you could look at a few things, and if there's a lot's going on, you can easily miss things. But when you take a picture, it just isolates that area, and then you can, inside that photo, you can really see, okay, how does this look? What's the symmetry like? Does this look visually appealing? And that's where, agents like us, good agents, will help you prepare your home and dress it up and make sure it looks like a bride on wedding day, for ready to go to market, for your home. So I think absolutely excellent. I think we'll continue on this topic as well next week. So it would be great to do a review maybe next Friday about how, because it's the first time we're doing 7 or 8 total between all of us virtual inspections tomorrow. So it'd be great to see how many people tuned in to watch, what the overall feedback was, how many people registered for further viewings off the back of that as well. We know the online inquiry is absolutely staggering right now. I mean, we've probably quadrupled online inquiry in most of our properties. And it'll be interesting to see now, you know, as people start coming out of lockdown, how hungry they are to look at properties and buy straight away. And Damien's posted something, do a video call with an agent so they can tell you what needs to be done. Yeah, absolutely incredible idea there, Damien, and nice profile photo with your mask on as well. But yeah, why not do a video call? I mean, we've been doing so many virtual presentations. I know Angela and Dylan, you guys did a total of 108 virtual presentations last month, and you know, Nikita and I, our numbers are nowhere near that, but we've done a whole heap of presentations and catch-ups and appraisals and, you know, recommendation meetings with a lot of clients over the last 30 days. So certainly something we want to delve into more detail. We'll talk about it next week. But I know there's a few people watching us right now, and for those of us watching us, if there's any questions, if there's any topics you want us to cover off on, pop it in the comment section, and we'll do a video on it. We'll talk through, you know, the detail. We also want to do a video one day on and pick some specific streets in the area to go, why are houses on Sunray so popular? Why is Devon Street always popular with buyers? You know, there's certain pockets of the area we want to explore that as well, and that's going to be a part of our future content. So we're looking forward to talking about those topics.
Just one tip there, Kevin, both for yourself and for potential sellers as well. One thing we realised when we were doing the walkthrough video for Sunray is that we went around the side of the home, or the blind side, some people call it. The reason why we wanted to show that area was because it is absolutely immaculate, where a lot of homeowners can sometimes neglect the side of the home. It's just, you know, a metre wide, and a lot of it's used for storage, throw some ladders in there, the kids' bikes. But it does make a difference, and it does potentially, will it add a certain dollar amount? I'm not sure, but it just ties in really nicely with the entire home. So maintaining the side of the home is really important. If it's a weatherboard home and the boards have been neglected, buyers will see that. So don't underestimate cleaning that area. And also for you guys, when you do your tours, make sure you show hopefully those nice areas, little things like the clotheslines. People want to know where they are. Are they on the sunny side of the house? The water tanks, all these things the little things that they ask for.
100%. It just, from a buyer point of view, it is so powerful, because if those areas that are neglected a lot of times, and if a seller's gone to so much effort to ensure that they look absolutely immaculate, that just tells you a lot about how well the home's been looked after by those sellers and what you're about to purchase. You can be 100% confident knowing that these owners haven't just sort of slapped some fresh paint on it. It's been, you know, properly looked after and taken care of and loved. So, excellent tip there, guys. Any other tips you guys want to share before we wrap up?
Employ Ray White.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
That sounds more like an order than a tip.
Yeah, we can all agree on that. If you're looking for an agency, why wouldn't you go? Why would you employ the second best to get the best result? It just doesn't happen. You can't have an A-grade result with a B-grade team, and you need Ray White on your side when it comes to selling. So there's no question about that. That's a shameless plug right there. Enough bragging, guys. So good to see you today. We look forward to Daniel Andrews' announcement on Sunday. And based on that, next week, we'll be able to announce some things around what the next steps look like and what's happening in the current climate and how we are approaching this season. But any other questions come up, guys, or any topics you want us to talk about, pop it in the comment section below and share this video as much as possible so that more and more people get the valuable information we're trying to share. Thank you so much, ladies, and thank you so much, Dylan, for joining us today. And we look forward to catching up next week.
Thanks, Kev.
See